Alright, welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. And in the last video, we helped Yehoda set up the Black Market Expo, and then we found out that there's some shady businessman there that we have to help capture, because he's selling weapons in Liyue and Fontaine, and it is hurting their nation. And I did have to come back to this location again, because why not? I want to keep it consistent. I will be doing this again in the next part as well. Speaking of the next part, apparently I mistimed it, and I have to wait 16 hours, so this video will only be part 2, and whatever mini games are out at this moment.
Well, it's been 2 days. Wonder how the investigation's going. Let's go check in with Yelan and Chevres.
Okay. Where are they? They're down here.
Wow! Can this launch blaster thing really shoot stuff from that far away?
Oh, this is way smaller than the one she showed on her boat.
It does launch and blast things, but it's actually called a ballista. And yes, it can.
But how does it stay on target?
It uses a remote guidance system. But I'll let you in on a little secret. The upgraded version doesn't even need that.
Can I give it a try?
Oh, not a chance, kid. Can't have you hurting yourself. Believe me, this thing is even more powerful than it looks. Ask me again once you're older.
Well,
Hey, Beto! What you up to?
Oh, it's you two! I was just introducing our product to these discerning young customers.
Paimon thought you were here for some, you know, fishing. Wait, are these 3?
What? No, of course not. The kids were just curious, that's all.
I'm sorry. Are these 3 preventing you from doing business? Let me get them out of your hair.
Oh, do we have to?
yes, this is a business.
Ah, don't sweat it. They were just curious. I'm happy to tell them more about it.
No, we've taken up enough of your time already. Neb, don't bother people when they're trying to work, okay?
Okay.
It was no bother, I swear. In fact, once the expo is over, come find me on my ship, and I'll let you see the ballista in action. How does that sound?
How much would it cost?
Not a single mora.
Really?
Your vessel. It's a battleship, isn't it? Are you sure you should be bringing children on board?
Why not?
Why not? Whenever we're docked back in Liyue to pick up supplies, I always let the kids around the harbor come aboard to play, and boy, do they love it. If a kid from Liyue can do it, why not a kid from Sumeru? A battleship may as well be a giant playground to them.
Is that so? I've heard that people in Liyue also turn gunpowder into explosive firecrackers and give them to children as toys.
Yes.
Perhaps only the kids back in your home country are lucky enough to look at a giant battleship and see a playground.
Sir, you're being a Debbie Downer. Get the fuck out of here.
If you're worried about safety, I can...
No, I suppose I'm just envious.
Ah.
That's all.
Whoops! I didn't mean to skip your dialogue.
Seems like he really cares about those kids, huh? Anyway, what did you want to talk about?
Oh, just wanted to ask how it's going with the top secret, fishing. Did you reel in the catch of the day yet?
Alright, I don't remember what they're talking about.
They're circling the hook just
Whoa.
fine. Just waiting for a bite.
Look at her face!
Whoa! Where did you come from?
Shh.
What?
Well, that just proves my point.
Spy?
Something
Wow.
like this would
Okay.
only see more use in Fontaine.
Ah,
Except, you never find something like this for sale there. Better jump on the chance now before it's too late.
Excuse me?
What?
He's coming this way.
Where are we looking?
Steady
Ah, the
now.
sun is blinding.
That's mighty expensive.
Well, no one's forcing you to buy it. If you're not interested, you're free to move along.
What? Come on. There's no rule saying we can't haggle.
The Voynich Guild gets a cut of whatever I sell. Obviously, that's factored into the price. Don't like it? Take it up with them.
Listen, I can tell this is something special. If you're willing to go a bit lower, I'm prepared to cut a huge deal.
No.
I know it's something special, so I plan on getting paid what it's worth.
Perhaps there's a way we can both get what we want then.
What, you want to sell outside of the expo? Do it.
What are you implying?
Well, Nod Krai's a big place. Surely this expo isn't the only place we can cut a deal.
Oh?
Come on, do it.
What would you say to working this out someplace else? Somewhere the guild can't get a cut?
That means no
Surprisingly
guild protection
easy.
Either. What will I do if you run off without paying?
Considering the giant sword you've got handy, if anyone's getting robbed, it'd be me, don't you think? Point is, we're both going out on a limb here. But the reward's worth the risk.
Fine. Name a place. As a registered participant, though, I'm too close to the guild. If we don't want them catching on, I'll need to send a proxy.
Smart thinking. Let's meet here, then.
And is this when I get sent over there? Damn, you couldn't even wait 5
He
minutes
took the
for him to
bait.
leave?
Let's go elsewhere to discuss our next move.
Where waves meet the reef, part 2. Ah, the boat. That is way
Captain
closer
Beto's
than what
hook
it
was
actually
got
is.
him in the end, huh? Oh, I didn't get a chance to show off how convincing I can be.
This isn't tabletop troop, Navia. In real life, persuasion takes a lot more than a dice roll.
I brought a product tailor-made for Fontaine because I thought the group's activities were limited to that area.
Think you cool standing over there by yourself? Get over by this table.
Turns out, we're dealing with an international crime ring. So I suppose it makes sense that Captain Beto's bait was more enticing. It's a good thing we teamed up.
We wouldn't have gotten far without your intel either. Gotta ask though, how did you know these guys would be so quick to abandon the expo?
I read their file. Nothing's off the table for them when profit's on the line. When it comes down to it, they'd see the protection the expo provides as just more red tape. Something to work around rather than with. Just like the law.
So, we meet up with this guy, catch him, and problem solved, right?
No. The person we're meeting is just an underling sent to scout the situation. We're after the leader of the whole ring. And after observing the situation over the past 2 days, it's clear they have undercover agents waiting in the wings. If something happens to our point of contact, those agents will scatter to spread word of what happened. And whoever is behind this whole thing will know we're onto them.
In that case...
We have to get the jump on them all at once, and use them to get intel on our real target before he has a chance to react.
Forgive me for pointing out the obvious, though. We have nowhere near enough personnel for that. If even one of the agents escapes, it's over.
Okay.
Let me guess. You'd rather follow this deal through to the end to lure out the real culprit? Nice idea, in theory. The problem is, in my experience, that person would never show their face for something like this.
I can work around that. But only as long as the deal goes ahead.
So, you're planning to trail the person picking up the goods. I suppose that could lead us to the big fish, but that would mean we have to actually hand over the weapon.
Just make it not, you know, working. Just make it faulty.
Aren't you worried about putting something that dangerous in the hands of criminals?
I mean, it's already been happening. What's the point of one more?
We can control how dangerous it is. But if we followed your plan, could we really guarantee that not a single agent would get away?
You're telling me you really have a way to mitigate the threat of that weapon?
Yeah,
You're
just
telling me that you really have the wherewithal to carry out a large-scale search and seizure operation in Nod Krai?
what is this? Are we not working together? What is happening?
Are they having a fight?
They're both experts in this sort of thing. A lot of back and forth is to be expected.
Don't worry. I think they're getting along great.
Really?
A successful collaboration requires trust. And a willingness to make concessions. So how about this? I'll meet up with the underling as planned and stall him as long as possible. While I'm keeping him busy, you round up the rest of the agents. Sound like a plan?
Yes, I appreciate the trust. And I promise you.
See? Liked.
Traveler, you should come with me to meet the buyer. After all, we promised Nefer you would be involved in all our operations.
Yay.
The Traveler is kind of a famous face around these parts, though.
Then you can serve as backup. Remain hidden, and on the off chance he tries anything, it'll be 2 against 1.
Sure.
Let's do this thing!
Go to the flagship. A lot of back and forth you have me doing here.
There he is!
Oh, you really can't go lower?
Best I can do is shave off the amount the guild was going to take.
You're a tough nut to crack. How do you plan to deliver the goods?
Ah, right, man. It's in the other room.
Depends on what you need. You don't look like you're from around these parts. So I'm guessing you need sea transport?
Was that... Is Paimon behind that box? Because why did her effect just pop up?
Yes, but there are a lot of eyes on the port. It would be better to dismantle the product and transport the components in crates.
That might be tricky. If you're worried about getting caught, then let's bypass the port entirely. We can launch from a secluded shoreline and use our own boat for transport.
Sorry. But I'd still prefer to have it dismantled and stored in regular crates.
Ah, I'm guessing the port of arrival is where you resell the goods? You want it hidden in unassuming cargo crates, because you operate right out in the open. Most of the weapons have come in through Yilong Wharf or Lumidus Harbor, so that seems to check out.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. Just connecting some dots. I think we're done
She
here.
is behind that box. God damn. Uh-oh. Get him!
Out of the way!
Not a single one can escape.
It's one of the undercover agents! He's making a break for it!
Why are we just fucking standing
The
here?
captain of the special patrol will take it from here.
Oh, okay.
One just popped up. Looks like the one on the surface has been subdued. There are children around. I have to avoid bloodshed.
Trying to escape? Allow me to show you the way!
You have a gun. Shoot him. Yes. There we go. Oh shit.
Nope, not this way.
God damn, that's a powerful gun. I'm gonna shoot him with that. I'm not entirely sure if I'm doing this
Turn
the
around.
right way.
Out of steam yet? Cause I can do this all day.
Shoot him in the leg. Oh, it's gonna be even worse for him. Oh, okay. I thought that was gonna land right on him.
My leg!
Oh, I guess it did.
Is still attached. And if you want to keep it that way, I suggest you stay right where you are.
A special patrol uniform.
How can you
You
tell?
think bringing me in is enough? Do you even know how many of us there are? If even one gets a...
5 at the port, 10 on the outskirts of Nasha Town, 3 near the plaza. Factoring in you and the buyer, that makes 20.
Jesus.
Save the best for last, right?
How did you...
Don't even think about it.
Well done, everyone. We appreciate the assist. The boss
What the-
sends her thanks.
Oh.
It was an honor. Without the Spina's help back in the day, we never would have been able to make it in Nod Krai. It was about time we returned the favor.
What? I needed to make you seem intimidating to get these local gangs on our side. We've been over this.
Yeah, I know. But hearing you call me boss will never not be hilarious.
Ugh.
Wow! Navia is something else.
Well, that explains your confidence. I had no idea the Spina di Rosula can mobilize these kinds of numbers outside of Fontaine. This Navia has quite a few tricks up her sleeve.
No trade expo rules were broken either. Even if Nefer saw it all unfold herself, we still wouldn't need to explain a thing.
Except for the guild's broken signboard, I would
Ugh.
imagine.
It was an unavoidable sacrifice.
Unavoidable. You could have.
At any rate,
Well,
I suppose the next step is to get these birds to sing. Should be an easy job. The Maison Gardiennage has a reputation for highly effective interrogation tactics.
And if that doesn't work, I've heard that spies from Liyue have their ways of making people talk as well.
Yes, that means the operation was a success, right?
So far. Once we get someone to reveal who the mastermind behind all this is, that's when the real work begins.
I'm sure that person is in hiding somewhere far removed from the expo. But as far as our deal with the curatorium goes, I think that's a wrap.
Shouldn't we update Nefer then?
not yet.
First, we need to figure out what we can learn from these agents. We'll be in touch once we have the information. Then we can head to the curatorium together.
If you tell me this is the end of part 2, I'm gonna lose it. Oh, thank God. It's only been 20 minutes. There's gotta be more.
That went a lot smoother than expected. Not a single one got away. You're thinking about Nefer's final request, huh? Let's see. We have 2 expert detectives from separate nations teaming up to uncover an international crime ring. If you feel like it's missing something, maybe Yelan and Chevres will uncover something more interesting during their interrogation.
Excuse me? Are you the Traveler? Yehoda needs you back at the expo venue as soon as possible.
Uh-oh.
Oh no! Did something happen?
Why did...
I'm sorry, I don't know the details. All she said was that it's urgent.
And let me guess. She pushed the button on the robot.
Let's get a move
Oh no,
on.
that's a separate event. Which I will probably be doing in this video anyway, so. Unless they're both connected, I don't know. Because I know here, I know gave her a robot. And I can do this part 2 one today. But I don't know if it's linked to the current story. So let's go see. Or the children? Are they getting bullied by the adult again? Are they just missing?
I throw the guild under the bus, or I get on the bad side of a terrifying red captain. Oh, could this get any worse?
This is awesome.
Get it together, Yehoda. Focus on the hot dog you're gonna treat yourself to after today is over.
The hot dog.
All right, all right. You've got this.
Let's try not to get too worked up, all right?
It's too late for that.
Don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this. I swear. What happened?
The kids were abducted,
You're here.
I assume.
Please, you've got to help me, Traveler. A theft at the expo is gonna ruin the guild's reputation.
Oh, okay. It's just of stuff. Alright, oh, that's fine.
A theft? How did that happen? You're asking me. The guild has people keeping watch over the storage area for this exact reason.
Damn.
And it just had to happen to one of the scariest people here.
Who would she deem as scary? Between her and Navia? Or both?
Beto? Wait, that means...
Oh no. Oh, that's bad.
The guild asked us to keep our goods stored on the designated shelves. I had a few prototypes that I was using for demonstration, which I had stored there. But when I came to check on things just now, I noticed that all of them had been stolen.
And each ballista is super dangerous. If they fall into the wrong hands...
Well, all the prototypes have a failsafe designed to prevent unauthorized use, so it could be worse.
Oh.
Still, we should get them back as soon as possible.
The guild will make sure of that. If you could just keep this between us for now, we would be super appreciative. Do we have to tell her?
You fuckers. Are you involved in the stealing?
Honesty is the best policy. That's what he taught us.
Or did you see it?
I know, it's just...
Neb, grow up. Grow up. The fuck did you people see?
Miss Yehoda... What are you three doing here?
There's something you want to tell me, isn't there?
Well, Neb's been obsessed with the ballistas ever since we got here.
Don't tell me
That's why
he took
Uncle
it.
Ashpapati told us to come see your booth.
Did he take it? Oh, hell no.
It seemed like he was interested in them too, because he even told us what parameters to ask about. Ever since this morning, we haven't been able to reach him. We wanted to ask Miss Yehoda for help, but then we heard about the ballistas being stolen.
And?
I don't think Uncle Ashpapati would do something like that.
He absolutely would.
Ashpapati works for the guild. He has access to the storage warehouse, so he could get inside without the guards getting suspicious. Wait, so now it's an inside job? Oh, jeez. The guild is never gonna recover from this.
Oh my
You
god.
made those toys the kids were selling, right? They don't look like much on the outside, but I bet they're hiding some serious tech. If he's a tech guy, those fail-safes I mentioned might not have our backs after all.
So, this just went from bad. Oh, uh-oh.
Could be. I mean, let's put it this way. There aren't a whole lot of people that could manage to stay off Yelan's radar. Why don't you take these kids to the curatorium and see what you can learn? I've got things covered here.
Got it. Hold up. We can't hold these kids responsible, though. Right?
I guess not.
No, of course not, but... how do we explain this?
You want to look out for these kids, don't you?
I guess.
I promised I would.
God damn, is she that much
Besides,
taller than her?
They're innocent in all this.
Good, because I'm looking out for them too. That's why I want to find their uncle as soon as possible. No matter what he did or didn't do, it's worse for them if he's missing.
I guess we're on the same page then.
Take these kids to the curatorium. I'll update Yelan and tell her to meet you there.
Will do!
Nefer, we have some information for you.
Well, this complicates things. Here I was
Kitty.
hoping the trouble would start and end with you two. But no matter. This will all make for a very engaging story.
I wouldn't be so flippant. This time, it's one of yours causing trouble. I'm starting to wonder if all those agents we captured were just a distraction, so the real culprit could make their move.
It's all still up in the air right now. What can you three tell us about Ashvapati?
Uncle Ashvapati isn't our real uncle, but he is our guardian. He adopted us when we were little. He told us we all came from the same band of eremites in the desert. But apparently, we're the only ones left. We've been traveling from place to place with him for as long as I can remember. We got to Nod Krai not too long ago.
Do you people have nothing to say?
What about them? I'm just reminded of something.
Of what? You wanna... What's going on with her arm? What in the world?
About a decade
Oh,
ago,
okay,
there was a
not...
band
Okay.
of eremites who, seemingly out of nowhere, gained technological capabilities far surpassing those of other groups.
It was a crazy optical illusion. Or some kind of illusion. I thought her arm was transparent.
Leveraging that advantage, they built a number of highly advanced weapons and sold them to the highest bidder. The conflicts in the desert became even bloodier as a result. While the other groups were tearing each other to shreds, these newly minted arms traders stood by and reaped the spoils. But before long, their own weapons were turned against them.
Damn.
As the flames of conflict engulfed the desert, the group met their end. None of the weapons survived, and so in the wake of that destruction, the status quo of the desert was restored.
That's terrible.
In the desert, it's kill or be killed. People will stop at nothing to gain the upper hand. If this happened in Fontaine or Liyue, I'm sure the perpetrators would have been prosecuted to the full extent of the law. But in the desert, no one bats an eye.
What does this have to do with the children?
From what they've told us, sounds like these kids are orphans from that particular band of eremites.
Ah.
Which means their guardian is likely one of the few survivors as well.
Sounds like it.
No! Uncle Ashvapati would never do something like that! No matter what happened back then, I know one thing for sure. Uncle Ashvapati hates weapons. Sure, he's good at building things, but all he does is make toys for us to play with. He can't be the kind of person you're making him out to be. Or...
Or you're wrong, which is... could be true.
I'm sorry. All we can do is act upon the facts.
So, what's our next move?
From our interrogations, we've learned that in 2 days, the person behind all this has a meeting planned to collect the goods. If all goes well, we can head to the pickup point and ambush them. But if Ashvapati is part of this and the leader learns what happened, there's no chance he risks himself for his agents. So, that meeting might as well be moot.
Then let's focus our efforts on Ashvapati for now. If we find him, he might just lead us to our culprit. If he stole the prototypes, there's bound to be a trail. I'm confident I can track him down. I just need some time.
How much time do you need?
What can I do to help?
I work best in the shadows.
I guess
The more
16
people involved,
hours.
the harder it is to operate.
Yeah, she's gonna require 16 more hours, and then the next part will drop.
As soon as I've got a location, though, he's all yours. You let me handle the search.
Whoops, I'm sorry.
Does sound like the most feasible plan. I'll be waiting for the good news.
Seizure?
Hey! too much right now. The most important thing is that we find your uncle. The rest can wait.
Surely they're not going to make me wait 16 hours for part 3 to find his uncle.
Okay.
Looks like I'll need to enlist your services for a bit longer, traveler.
As long as I get paid. It's a bit heartless. There ain't no fucking way. This was only 35 minutes. I should have waited for part 3 to come out. Alright, well. I got some good news and I got some bad news. I don't know if it's bad news. 15 hours. And this also comes out, so this will be done together. I can do you. I can do you. You two. Can't do you. So I can do 4 of these. Alright. Do I really have any bad news? I don't think there's any bad news that I have to give. What do I do first? I'll do the tails first, and then I will do the mini games. And I will be saving the I know and enough for one last. Why the hell would you put a timer on this if it's not out yet? Not yet unlocked. What was even the point of putting 15 hours on it yesterday? I could do this. Yeah, why not? It's the only thing I can do. It's that, then I gotta do the mini games, and then I guess I'm done. Or I could do... Yeah, I think I'll do that after. I won't say in this video, but... What? Am I stupid? Okay. Where are the children? Oh, you. Okay, my bad.
Watch out, do you, Hoda?
Just keeping an eye on things. Looking out for any problems that might need me to step in.
There we go.
Hey, you three. What are you doing here? There should be at least one of you manning the booth at all times.
Accessing booth operation logs. Analyzing. Neb left to try and buy a new blueprint. Ati soon followed to try and stop him. Finally, Rhea came to mediate between them.
I keep telling you, we don't have that much Mora to spare.
I just wanted to have a look. What's wrong with that?
Guys, seriously?
Here's the thing, Neb. Even if you could afford to buy a blueprint, I'm afraid I couldn't allow it. I know you like building stuff, but these designs aren't for toys like the kind you're used to. They're for weapons, which are very complicated to build and extremely dangerous.
That's a load of baloney, dumpster diver. My designs are toys too, actually.
You just call him or her a dumpster diver?
Huh? You build a machine that can blast monsters into the sky, and in your mind, that's a toy?
I mean, technically anything's a toy, as long as you're having fun with it.
I mean, at the end of the day, is there really that much difference between weapons and toys anyway?
Not where Knuckle Duckle's concerned.
That's the name of it.
That's for sure.
I forgot the name of that giant duck's name.
Ugh, that's not the point. Anyway, you there with the brown hair, you want a blueprint?
Yeah! I want to make some thwack and smack defense bots too! I also have some design ideas of my own. And with your bots as the basis, maybe I'll be able to try them out for real.
I get it. Your head's so full of ideas you want to bring to life that you can hardly sleep at night. You try eating some snacks to take your mind off things, but it doesn't seem to help anymore.
Exactly! But what can I do? I'll never be able to afford one of your blueprints.
Well, you must have blueprints for the toys you've made too, right? Let's trade. One of your toys for one of mine.
Wow.
Really? Thank you so much, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Ma'am, or...
Isn't she like this? Isn't she a child?
It's Boss. Boss of the
Oh.
Clink Clank Crunkaki Craft Shop.
That works too. She's smaller than him. Wow.
Thank you so much, boss of the Clink Clank Crunkaki Craft Shop.
Huh. That was very thoughtful. Who are you, and what have you done with Aino?
What's that supposed to mean? I'm a boss, aren't I? A lot of people depend on me. Looking out for them is a big part of the job. Did that really just happen? For a moment there, Aino stopped being a little kid and acted like a full-on grown-up. A grown-up who's shorter than the kid she was looking out for, but still.
Previous records indicate that Aino has a 94% chance of adopting such behaviors when encountering a child in a similar situation to herself.
Okay. Okay, so it wasn't locked. It's just I had to do this first. Alright. Moving on. Oh. You're here.
Oh, Blintz and Iwa! Fancy seeing you here!
Ah, Traveler. Paimon, how do you do?
That's our secondary goal. To put it in Mr. Flintz's words, it's important for Lightkeepers to spend some time in the land of the living every once in a while.
That sounds like something he'd say, yeah.
What?
Are you interested in these muskets? Since we're friends, Paimon will let you in on some insider info. This officer here is basically selling scrap.
You could say that a little bit lower, Paimon.
Oh, I'm well aware. The sign makes that quite clear.
True.
I'm interested in this particular piece because it brings to mind a picture I once saw.
And that is?
It featured several Ratniki and a Fatui officer who fought alongside them. The weapon that the latter used was identical to this one.
Ah.
The Fatui teamed up with the Lightkeepers?
That's not unusual. I've heard similar stories from our older members. The owner of this musket must have been a hero who stood against the Wild Hunt as well. But why would you sell a hero's firearm?
I mean, if it's worn out, does it matter?
That's just how the rules work on our end. Everyone agreed to it, whether it's a no-name sergeant like me or a renowned hero. Our equipment is to be collected and redistributed once we're dust on the wind. The stuff that's usable is given to new recruits. And the scrap is sold for whatever price it can still fetch. That way, we can at least put it towards feeding the grunts, you know? Better than following them to the grave.
Huh. I think I'm going to buy this musket, Mr. Flintz. Could you tell me a few more stories about it when you get the chance?
Of course.
Cool. What next? Who do I speak to now? Ah, Wakaberry. I feel like I remember you. Whoops. I feel like I've seen her before.
So what's the situation in need of mediation?
This person's been glaring daggers at me from behind since she arrived. Hey you! I'm a member of the Fruity Order, you hear?
What a coincidence. So am I.
Ruthless something Lily.
Wait, really? I first encountered the humor and intelligence of trendy Zaytun Peach in the New Tide anthology. Then I heard the legend of intrepid Valberry while I was in the Fortress of Meripede.
What did you just say to me?
The more I heard about your order, the more it drew me in. I've been searching for so long, but I was never able to find an actual member.
So you're not even a part of them? You just...
So when I heard that the Nod Krai Trade Expo was being held again, I applied under your name. And now,
wow.
I finally get to meet you.
I don't think they're going to be happy about that.
It's those idiots. Stirring up trouble again, huh?
So what I'm getting is that this guy's an imposter.
Our orders won the expo rights several years in a row. So we announced that we were backing out of the running this year to avoid conflict. Then, this guy had to come along. A few of the other groups were looking to duke it out. So imagine their anger when someone claiming to be one of ours snatched the expo rights again.
Well, no one's made any trouble for me. Wait, does that mean you've taken them all out already? Man, I knew it! The fruity order's as good as they say!
Oh boy, you need to be put in a jail cell.
Can I join?
Hell no.
We can't make trouble at the expo. Voynich Guild rules. Once it's all over, meet me at the harbor in Nasha Town.
And they're gonna put you in a duffel bag and ship you to another nation.
I see. All right, I'll be there.
Does he not realize what's going on here?
Nope.
Also, considering our smooth collaborations thus far, a word of advice for the guild.
Oh boy.
This guy has only been able to keep his head in his booth because the Fruity Order took care of any rival factions. But if there's one thing the treasure hoarders have in spades, it's sore losers. Since our order has proven untouchable so far, they're sure to find easier targets to vent their frustration on.
The children. God damn it.
So look after those kids.
Huh. So this guy has been responsible for more than one conflict so far.
God damn it. Alright, what now? You're not out, you're not out, you're not out, so... It is just you that's last, and then I gotta do the Varka!
What do you think?
What is that?
Not bad. Tastes just like back in Mondstadt.
Varka?
An apple?
You're here for the expo too?
Oh hey, traveler, Paimon. I was only planning to take a look around. Wasn't expecting this pleasant surprise. Out in this part of the world, even a homegrown Mondstadt apple is a rare treat.
Really?
Yes. And on that note, I should advise you that the prices are quite different from what you'll be used to back home.
What, is it like 5 times more expensive?
Not a problem. It's a price worth paying for a taste of home. I'll take the whole batch and send someone to collect them later.
The whole batch? Huh. Looks like you've already made your money back, huh, Laban? Oh, and Varka, since you're looking for a taste of home, have you tried the Mondstadt wine next door? Apparently, he uses special connections to keep the import costs down.
Yeah, I've tried it. It's pretty good, but not Mondstadt wine good.
Really? Ah. So he just makes his own wine.
Besides, I wouldn't be able to buy any even if it was. We can't have the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius going around supporting smugglers, can we?
Yeah, I guess that can't happen.
Oh, that's true. You're not gonna reprimand him though, are you?
You can't. It's the expo.
Don't worry. I know it's Nefer's rules here. Not out to make life difficult for you. If you find yourself at a loose end, come visit our base sometime. I'm gonna get the Knights to make some cider out of these apples.
Oh, you're as generous as they say, Grandmaster.
Looks like you finally made some real profit.
Hey, don't make me sound so incompetent. Though I'll admit, I wasn't expecting to make my money back quite so quickly. Now I can start thinking seriously about my next venture. I'm planning on heading to Snezhnegrad, actually. I hear they're running low on lots of supplies because of Project Stuja. That's a business
Stuza.
opportunity if I've ever seen one.
I probably butchered that.
With any luck, maybe I'll have the pleasure of seeing you there.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, good luck out there. Hope you strike it rich.
Okay. 15 hours, 15 hours, 15 hours, 15 hours. Okay, so that's all done. Yeah, that's all done. You're not out yet. I gotta do you. In order to do that, I gotta do these. And I've forgotten the buttons already.
Frontline guidance is up to you.
Wait a minute. This Flynn's is worse than mine. Wait a minute. No. Get me out. Hold on. How do I... Not that. Character preview. 2,100. Okay, he has more attack than I. But that's only because my Flynn's isn't out right now. What are the stats? 33, 199. Hell no, I'm not using that Flynn's. Get you out. And you, I know. What do you look like? 1, 2, 17. Where is she? Am I... Oh, there she is. Okay, she has more health and more attack than mine. Okay, maybe her I know is better. 57, 100, 160. I have more ER. I have way more ER. But then again, I'm not using this. I'm not using I know for damage. Where's my I know? Here you are. Also, hers is level 90, so that would be the reason for her increased health.
Locked and loaded. Waiting on your signal.
Close your eyes. Beware the creatures of the night.
Surge. New voices.
Observe. Fear the dark.
Fire support ready. Select the target. Switch to ground attack shells. Increase firepower. Nice! Good shooting!
Defensive mode in.
Fear the dark. The night comes.
God, this is so much fun. I'm gonna leave this in. I was planning on just cutting it out, but fuck it.
Close your eyes.
Fire support ready. Select the target. Switch to ground attack shells. Increase firepower.
His music is pretty epic. I'll give it that.
Good shooting.
Be silent. Close your eyes. To dust. Be silent.
Alright, well. That was awesome. Although I did way better on this stage than this one. Alright, here we go. The moment of truth. And you are mine.
Hey, nice to meet you. If you've got a commission, spit it out. As long as the pay's right, I can help you with anything. Most things. I can help you with most things.
It's been so long since I've summoned for a character that I've forgotten that when you get the character, or any character, they have dialogue to say. Well, that was fun. And tomorrow I will be doing the rest of whatever this is. Alright, well, this is going to be the end of this video, and if you made it this far, thanks for watching.